Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very, very special Kryptonites AMA. We're very, very fortunate and lucky to bring you Marco Stagliano. I hope I said that correctly, sir. And his wonderful, very, very, very unique phygital project, actually. Phygital is the word, correct? And it's called Another-1.
Correct.
Thanks for such a confusing name, Marco. Every time we talk, I say, look, we got another one, and people keep thinking I'm saying another one. That's no, another -1, you know? So you made my life difficult for the last week, Marco. I'm going to get revenge today.
Yeah, definitely have, and I'll dig into also the origin of the name. But first of all, thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Joseph, to having me here, and it's a great honor to be part also of the Kryptonite show. My name is Marco Stagliano. This is the right pronunciation, but it's quite difficult, I know.
Tomato.
I'm the CEO and co-founder of Another-1. My background is in traditional investment, corporate finance, M&A, and then I dive into the crypto world in 2015 at the beginning, and I got into the NFT space early on in 2019 when I discovered CryptoKitties, one of the first projects. I'm a big sneaker passionate, so I'm a collector, and I share the same, let's say, DNA of the NFT collectors in 2021, 2022. And that's how I got in this space. And together with other two fellow sneakerheads, we started to build the platform that today is Another-1, a phygital enabler for business and consumer to boost engagement and activation of gamification between a physical world and digital world.
And we'll definitely ask you that again in a simpler way. So that's one thing, Marco, with this show, right? Is when the producers work with you, okay, they're going to be working with you to really simplify and tell that story in a very, as sharp and short as possible. The sizzle reel that I showed you before, and you heard them pitching, right, about their projects, that was like 4 or 5 hours of filming just to get it down to that very simple idea, because we need to get a much wider community to really understand, So I didn't realize this until they started filming and doing it. Like, my God, we really have, that's the big problem we have in Web3, right? We gotta tell that story simply. And every single project, I noticed that we are so used to talking to each other in the Web3 space, but we're not used to talking to people outside, like explaining to my wife about this project, like, what, But we're going to revisit that again. I'm just buying time, of course, because we're waiting for people to tune in. They do take time to get into the AMA and all that kind of stuff, right? Any other introductory questions you want to have? Maybe I can do introduction on Kryptonites for those people who are new, right? And again, it's just to let people stream in. Okay, so for those guys who don't know about Kryptonites, it's going to be a Shark Tank for crypto, but with a twist. We are focusing on really some really high quality projects which can really make a difference, projects that are launching, and projects that can go out to a wider community. Okay, and we're going to broadcast this show on a premium streaming platform. We're still, the negotiations are going on really, really well. We've shown them a highlight reel or a sizzle reel, which I'm going to share later in the AMA. So those guys have not seen it. Okay. And basically, like, it's kind of like the Shark Tank format, but we'll have a little bit more things to make it more interesting. Some a day in the life of the projects, and we're going to be following. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be following you, Marco, right? Somewhere in Italy. I'm not going to say, and I'm not going to say for what. Right? Will it be somewhere in Italy?
Yeah. Hopefully in a very beautiful landscape, very iconic and unique.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Right? So we get to see Marco in that setting. We get to see him actually working with a potential client and putting his solution to the test. Okay, and growing that way. Okay. So, Kenny, I'm going to pass it on to you to take it away. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Marco, I'd like to know kind of what gave you the core concept of integrating kind of digital and physical things, because I think that's what makes your project very unique on the show, is that it's actually something you can physically show to, so a normal person who's not maybe a crypto native can get it because it has a physical aspect. So can you tell us like what kind of got you into that sort of mindset of like, oh, let's mix these two things?
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely one of the advantage that we have in the Web3 space, having a physical product. So to explore the reason why we wanted to create this solution, we have to go back to what I said at the beginning. I am a sneakerhead. I'm a sneaker collector. What is the main problem that we face as a collector of those unique pieces or limited collection? Is the authenticity, right? So the authenticity, especially if you talk about a sneaker, and I got sneakers that maybe are resold for $10,000, and but the real value, the real let's say production cost, it may be around $10 or $15. So what it makes unique is the limited edition, is the scarcity. But it's how can I be sure that that product is real? And as Joseph know, we have an office in Shanghai because we have heavily production of merchandising and product. And I've been visiting the district in Fujian, where there is the shoe district. I've been visiting Shenzhen and also other area in the Guangdong, and I can tell you the counterfeit product and the real product are exactly the same. Maybe when they get worn out, you can see the defects, but if they're just displayed, they're exactly the same. So that's the main reason why we started thinking about what if I can create a product that is natively authenticated through the technology that we are developing in Another-1. So we created this combination between a digital product that is for everyone else, an NFT that is minted on blockchain. So as we know, blockchain is an immutable code of records that I cannot change. So once the collection is minted, that is the collection. That is the key of the collection, and I cannot change it. It's immutable. On the other side, what we do is we attach an NFC chip. For those of you in the audience that don't know what is an NFC, it stands for Near Field Communication. It's a chip of the dimension of usually a button, and it's embedded in the wearable. It's a technology that a lot of brands
Oops,
I think we may have lost Marco for a moment.
we lost
in
Marco.
Europe in 2026. There will be a regulation that is called the digital product passport that will it will mandatory for all the products to have their digital identity for provenance, for sustainability reason, for information, transparent information to the consumer. So what we did is we used this technology, the NFC chip, and then we paired the chip with the NFT. The way we do it is it's not rocket science. Essentially, we paired the NFC ID with the NFT ID because both digital and physical product have an ID. So meanwhile, you can copy the NFC ID, and unfortunately, this is happening. Even though we use a very high encryption level of NFC, you cannot copy the pairing of that NFC ID and a pre-existing pre-minted NFT ID. So this is the way we create the unicity and authenticity of the product. This is the first part, the authenticity. The second part is interaction, because what we witness in the fashion industry first, but also we explore other industry, entertainment, gaming, is that is the most difficult thing is for the brands to get in touch with their audience, with their consumers, especially in the after sale process, because the only reason why they want to connect with them is to sell something else, and the only reason why the consumer want to be connected with the brands is to have some kind of benefit or discount. So we kind of use these dynamics to change the relationship where consumer can be connected because their apparel it has let's say a gate to get in touch with the brand, and the brands can use this technology to to keep communicating with their consumer, but being aware that meanwhile they're wearing their clothes, they're giving them visibility. So that way we enable brands to provide benefit, a reward for the consumer. So that's the reason why we decided to create this binding of blockchain technology and NFC technology to create first a product that is counterfeit proof, second to create a level of engagement that wasn't possible.
So are you saying, Marco, that the key problem that you're solving is the counterfeit problem for brands?
No, that's let's say the origin of the idea for us. So that
Okay.
was led us into this solution, and then once we explore this solution, we understood that there was way more
Right.
opportunities to explore.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Um, okay. I'm seeing the questions are coming in right now, and I think we can just. I think because he's talking about his solution and all that, Kenny. I think it's good that we can go into some of the questions straight away.
You want to
Uh,
jump right in now?
I want to jump right in, and then later on, I'll just give people a heads up, like how another one ended up on on as being one of the participants in the show.
Yeah, I want to know that too, because it's I think it's a very different project that's going to be on the show. From it's very
Yeah.
different to the others.
Right.
So yeah,
Maybe
really,
let's just go one or two questions so we don't drag on the questions for too long.
sure.
Right.
Okay,
Uh,
so if you have any questions, you can pop them up now. You can write them in the chat. If you're in any of the, you can write on YouTube chat or Twitter chat. We can bring it up, and yeah, we'll just go through them and pick the best ones. So Joseph, you want to pick some? I'll pop them up for
my tradition is always Kezia first, right?
you first.
Yeah, because so Casey is from our community. He's always in every AMA, and he always asks a whole bunch of questions. You know, um, wow, there's so many questions. Hello, Joseph and Kenny. Hello. All right.
Hello there.
Okay, let's ask something specific to his project. Let's not ask Kryptonite's question yet. Okay. So he says, okay, he wants to know how are you already profitable? What kind of revenues are you expecting to target? What is your cost of onboarding clients and users? How many people make up your company? There's a lot of questions. He's cheating. 5 questions in one.
All in one.
Wow, that's a full due diligence.
Yeah, that's what you can expect from Kezia. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. That's interesting. So, to the first question, are you already profitable? I would say we are starting becoming post revenues starting from November last year, because we did an interesting pivot where we embrace also the B2B, the B2B offering of our services, not only phygital products directly sold on Another-1 Launchpad to consumer, but also solution for business to deploy their phygital strategy. So we create product for we become a supplier for the business in different industry, and that led us to starting having stable revenue starting from November last year. That's in terms of profitability. I guess another question was how what is the onboarding process of a client. It is very easy. We have 4 different packages. The starting package is actually $1,000. It includes the Another-1 tag, so the chip already embedded in tag that can be sewed into the wearables, whether it is a t-shirt, a hoodie, a hat, or any other wearable, and we provide the access to our platform. So any recently we have witnessed an average cost of our package for clients that span between $5,000 and $15,000 for from 500 around 500 items up to 1,500 items. How many people make that company up? 15 people FTE at the moment. We have most of the people in the around 7 people in technology department. We have 3 people in operation, 3 people in marketing, and we have 2 people that manage the social media.
Awesome.
I think
Well,
it's pretty
Thank you,
much
Joseph.
covered everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to this question by Martin. I know you've kind of answered it, but I think it's good to repeat one more time. So what's the exact problem that you solve?
The exact problem that we solve, first of all, is the lack of engagement of the brands and companies in different industry. As I said before, when we pivot in B2B, we focus on 3 main industry: the fashion industry, both brand and retail; the entertainment industry, that is composed by sports and music; and the gaming industry. Now, the real problem that we have is that the engagement with the consumer, the loyalty program, are all related to passive reward, meaning that everyone is rewarding their consumer because they buy the products. But that's a passive rewards on our end, because an active reward would be if I reward someone that buy my products, use or wear my product, and engage in my activity. The problem is that there is no way to track this, to trace this engagement. At least there is no assurance, because even if you go to an event, you don't know what you're wearing. I don't know as a brand what you're wearing, what you're doing, how you're interacting during the event. I'm not even sure that you went to the event, because if you may give the QR codes to someone else, or your Luma invitation to someone else, and it is not you. Now, with our technology, it is possible to actually trace those engagements and the rewards that our ecosystem can provide. Of course, rewards are set by the brands, but we are the medium to assign those rewards based on the engagement level. So I would say the main problem that we solve is to authenticate and certifying the engagement of consumer, helping brands to collect the information on their consumer in terms of engagement. So we don't deal with private data. We deal with knowing what people did, or what consumer did. And on the other side, helping the consumer to monetize their products and actually to have advantage both offline and online that are related to their level of engagement. A sort of real world lead board that is constantly updated based on the action of the consumer.
Okay. So Marco, right? The community is training you up right now, practically to answer questions when you get onto the show, right? So like these are the kind of questions you can expect to get. All right. So let me go to one more question from Kezia, who's again, okay, he's talking about the show, all right? And then I'll talk about how we ended up with Marco on this, okay? So his question is actually, he has 2 parts to the question. First part is, what are you looking for? What are you looking for from Crypto Nights? And the second part is 200 million viewers to reach to what kind of audience would require major? What are you saying, Kezia? Are you shilling Rightstream as hard as Rightstream is shilling you? Hey, are you shilling us as much as we are shilling you? Marco? What do you
We
expect?
do. We do. What is my main goal here? It's very clear, and I'll be very clear. We are another one. We are in the education industry. So what we do is every day we educate business to educate their consumer and their customer to unlock the potential of a phygital product. So for me, the main goal is to spread the power of this technology, the power of the enabling of community engagement. And what is the best way, if not like showing it live with a real, as Kenny was saying, with a real product that
Yeah.
is visible, you can touch, but also with the activation that you can do through the blockchain layer technology that bake our services. So I think that is my main goal: education.
Yes, yes. And then Marco and I had a discussion, So first, let me talk about how Marco ended up on the show. Okay. I actually have known Marco since 2021, right, Marco?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
so we
that is
knew each other
correct.
when he was starting to do his really early stages, and he was looking for launch pads and stuff like that. And you guys know I was in the launch pad business, and I got to know Marco, and his project was doing really, really well. He was, I think, going through incubation by Brink, and then he got investment from Animoca. Is that right?
Correct. Correct. The program was led by both Brink and Animoca.
Brink
So
and
we went
Animoca.
through the incubation
Yeah.
program.
So I got to
Yes.
know him that way and got to see what he was doing. And he had the sneaker heads. You see behind his background, behind him, that's the sneaker heads thing, where he had these characters with sneaker heads. I thought that was really cool, and that's how I got to know him. And then we kind of like, um, we met for coffee in Singapore, right? I think,
Yes. Yes.
oh, that was maybe 1.5 years ago. We met for coffee in Singapore. We are talking about all
Raffle
kinds.
City.
Raffle City, right, the French cafe, something like that. We had coffee there. We talked about various things, and he was telling me updates on this. He was showing me some of the sneakers that they had. Looks really, really cool, really nice. And he had chip inside the sneaker and all that. So that was good. So then we kind of lost touch after that, right? Uh, and then we ran this survey in our community, and we asked, hey, and I don't know if some of you actually remember, we ran a survey, I think maybe 2 months ago, and we asked which projects you guys want to see on the show. All right. And it was a community survey, and quite a number of you filled up that survey. And I saw the name Another-1 appear a few times. You see, and then I remembered Marco. I said, Another-1. Okay, I know Marco, right? So I messaged Marco and said, hey, Marco, look, we're doing this show. Do you want to come on board? And that's how we talk, and I found out from him what he was doing and how he pivoted a little bit, because when Marco pivoted, right, he was actually going to market. He was actually trying to launch something, right? Sometimes people pivot because whatever, right? But he was actually going to market, seeing what the market needs, what the customer needs, what the client needs, adapting and changing, and which is what any business does, right? Once you go to market, you realize what the customer really wants, what the audience wants, what the business partners wants, and then I was like, wow, you've really come a long way. And that's how this whole thing happened. It was because of you guys reminding me of Another-1 in the survey that you guys filled up. So that's how it happened. And to the question, right, Marco was saying, right, what he wants to get out of the show, and that's not something Marco and I discussed, like having the opportunity to show what he's doing to all of you, right? And we're working on this. I can't promise anything. We're working really hard on this to actually have a film crew showing Marco with the customer, seeing his product in action, so you can actually visualize it and see, okay, now I get it. And that leads us to the next question from Casey again. Do you have any big names on board so far? What can you reveal at this stage? I know
Yeah.
you're going to,
Ah,
right? Keep the
it's
secret.
still a secret. It's still a
Yeah.
secret, but we have
Yeah.
we have two big names that probably will be unveiled very soon.
It'll be up before the show is live, correct?
Correct.
I'm forcing him to wait until the show, and we reveal it on the show, right? So we can get as many people as possible. So we want to try to make it as interesting as possible for you guys. Um, so unfortunately, Casey, sorry, we can't reveal, but I kind of know, all right, because I'm sneaky that way, right?
But I would have to say, I just want to clarify one point
Yeah,
because
okay.
this is important. We are enabler for every business. That's why
Oops, we lost him again.
We had a little hiccup again, huh? He'll pop in, hopefully, come back. And
Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me now?
he's back. He's back here.
All right. I apologize. So I want to stress the fact that we are affordable because we want to distribute more product possible. So big names are good because they give legitimacy, they give confidence. But our goal is also to work with little brands, with the small agency, the small brand, because it's important that everyone has equal access to deploy phygital strategy. Not only big brands like Louis Vuitton or Gucci, or the Kering Group, that they can afford to create all the infrastructure. So that's something that is very important for me, and that's why we really want to educate business owner on the potential of the product.
Yeah, and you gotta start. You gotta start somewhere, right? You gotta start. I mean, everybody wants big, 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 but you know what? That's not how it always works. You gotta take stepping stones. But I like some of the names that you've kind of shown me or hinted to me. Okay, and again, of course, I know it's top secret and you're working on it. So, but I think what we also want to do with the show, and to answer Casey's question, is showcase, to a wide audience what you can do, you know. And I hope that through the show, it will give you access to more customers, more clients, more names, and all that kind of thing. And the hope is that that directly translates into the token price and the token utility, right? And that's my question to you, right? And that's an important thing to me. And this is the big question that for most crypto projects, right? Can you explain the token utility in a simple, short, sharp way?
Definitely. The token utility is the use of the token within our digital ecosystem. As I said, we have different company that will join our ecosystem as a client, as a sponsor, as a partner, and we want to have the possibility for the token holder uh, to access benefits and token gated experience from all the partners. So just think about a big cross industry loyalty program where if you are a token holder of Another-1 token, you can go, for example, to a concert, and because you're wearing a t-shirt that maybe is the merchandising from the concert, but maybe it's a t-shirt from a brand that sponsor the concert, you can access certain kind of benefits like backstage access, or you can even use the token to buy booster pack to participate to a raffle and get more rewards from your experience. You can use the token to access whitelist and private sales from brands, for example, fashion brands that have the launch limited collection. You can use the token to participate to certain events that maybe are a closed door for the general audience. And that's the power of building a community, not only of user, but also of business, because the business themselves at other points, they will say, I want to create a phygital offline event with the Another-1 technology. How can I do that? They will come to us and say, you can create an event, but you need to buy the token, and then you need to distribute the token as a reward pool. So this will create also the demand of the token from the business that maybe don't do the collection with us, but they just want to sponsor an event. That's why we started collaborating with a lot of events company like the Wow Summit, where we created a token-gated experience with our new product, the bracelets, with NFC embedded for gamification. We also hosted the XT side events during the Web3 Fest in Hong Kong, DTC Group, Token 2049 in Dubai. So those are all events where we can show the real power of the Another-1 phygital product and the use case of the token. Because if you think about all those big events, concerts, think about Tomorrowland. You have a bracelet, you go there, and then you can purchase different products because it's your credit is preloaded in the bracelet. What if you can use your T-shirts, your cap, the phygital bracelets, but it works not only for that event, but it can work for other events, and you can reuse it, and then you can earn token that you can reuse to the next event. So that's the interoperability, the cross-event interoperability of the token is the real value.
Okay. Interesting. And like I said, I think once you guys actually see it visually, then it becomes clearer and clearer. And I've actually shared it with the producer, Marco, about the plans for the filming. Okay. In Italy, I won't say anymore, right? I won't say anything else. And they really like it. They really like that idea, right? And I think that will be, very exciting for the community to see, and that will really see how this thing works actually. Because, I think people have been talking about this in various forms, phygital and all that, but we haven't really seen it much in the real world, right? And I think it's also good for the Web2 audiences to have a look, right? I think we're targeting 6 different kinds of Web2 audiences specifically, so that should be interesting. Right now, I think we're into the half an hour mark. So again, I want to use this opportunity to introduce the show again, and I want to tell you guys about what's happening with the show. So like I said, it's going to be a Web3 Shark Tank. We've already started filming on the reality aspect of the show this month. The studio filming, we're still locking in dates. It depends on a few logistic factors with the networks and with some talents and all that kind of thing. It's a complex thing, but it doesn't stop us to start the reality filming. We're booking all the projects right now for reality filming in this month. We want to get that out of the way. And we'll probably have some sneak peek releases. We've done the sizzle reel already. The sizzle reel, I think some of you have already seen it. It's something that we share with the networks. It's not something for broadcasting to a wider community because it's like a 3 to 4 minute synopsis of the show. We didn't film it in the studio. We filmed it on green screens. People were in different locations. We didn't do the full visual effects. And I think some of you have seen it, some of you have not. So I'm going to play the sizzle reel. Kenny, do you have it?
Yeah, I can bring it up if you'd like. Just give me a moment.
Yeah, let him bring it up. So we'll play that. And like I said, that's to give you an idea of the concept of the show. There's some of the judges are in that reel. Okay, some are placeholders. Sorry. Okay, because he's like, who's this person? We didn't know. Placeholder. Sorry, guys. And we featured 3 projects: Tari, Skillful AI, and Blue Whale, which you guys have already met and seen. Okay, so for those of you who are new, those from the Another-1 community, play this for you. But bear in mind, right, this is something we share with the networks, not for public consumption. But since you tuned in, we'll let you have a chance to look. All right, are you ready, Kenny?
The blockchain and crypto revolution is fundamentally changing the world as we know it. The top entrepreneurial forces from the cryptoverse are on a mission to bring the best projects to life for the better of humanity. Universally, they are known as the Crypto Knights. Entrepreneurial titan Magnus Greinland, Harvard grad who went to school with Zuckerberg. Crypto visionary Jay Dow. This man has done it all and is a total legend in blockchain. Forbes 30 Under 30, Alyssa Tsai. She's the future of crypto with a highly influential voice. Forbes 40 Under 40, Brian D. Evans. His millions of followers on social rely on him for his invaluable advice.
What I'm really excited about with Crypto Nights is the world to finally learn about blockchain, crypto, Web3, NFTs, and really educate them about what's going on. So essentially, this is like Shark Tank for the future with crypto and Web3.
In this trailblazing TV series from an Emmy Award-nominated team, unearthed talent from all walks of life will earn a shot with the Crypto Nights.
I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I studied computer engineering at Purdue. I dropped out after only a year, and then I bootstrapped my first company to 8 figures in revenue in the music industry.
My personal background started in Germany. I grew up there, went then to Berkeley to study AI. The opportunity of Crypto Nights came to me at a perfect timing, because now everybody's excited about crypto. Everybody is seeing Bitcoin go up. So I wanted to tell them about our story, our solution, and help them enter this space.
I grew up in New Zealand, a place called Waihi in the Northern Island, and it was a gold mining town. I ended up finding my feet in the blockchain area. We're seen as like a boy wonder.
Crypto Nights will be the first mainstream series to showcase how budding disruptors within the space are using cutting-edge technology to enrich, entertain, and change the game.
Social media platform has sold our personal data for trillions of dollars. Imagine a world where that data and that money could go into your own pocket.
Throughout the series, hopeful projects will be attempting to convince the Knights they're worthy of investment.
Tari is a revolutionary blockchain protocol that will forever change how we think about the movement of value on Earth.
We're giving everyday users the building blocks and the instructions to build their own custom AI agents.
All you need to do is attach your social media to Bluewell, and then you can make money right away.
What makes your product unique?
Ownership. The users of our platform will own their data.
Describe the business opportunity.
Tari is one of the highest profile projects in the industry. We would love to have you involved as the final investors in Tari.
What is your valuation when it comes to the blockchain?
So how much are you trying to raise?
Are you profitable? What's in it for me?
Crypto Nights brings a sense of adventure, a buzzing social following, and high production value to create a one-of-a-kind series with a truly global appeal.
So Knights, let's work together. We need your help and support. We need your reach.
I'm asking for $500,000 for 2% stake.
And the valuation is about $25 million.
I think your valuation's a little high, so I'm out. You need to do something which is bigger, that can really impact the world.
I'm really into this project and I like to invest.
That's incredible.
Let's go!
All right, guys, I want to say something. This is just a mock-up, okay? This is not the actual show. This is not the actual episode. Some people are saying, oh, I know who won. No, it's not. It's not the actual show. We haven't started filming the episodes yet. This is just a mock-up concept that we sent to Amazon, we sent to Netflix, we sent to the networks to have a look and get their feedback. And let me tell you what they were saying. They were so amazed. You know, they were like, wow, this is really, really interesting. We didn't know, that the projects in crypto was so exciting and so interesting, right? So I think this will be really, really exciting, interesting for the Web2 audiences, right? So that's it for the introduction to Crypto Nights. Let's see what other questions there are. We have another question from Kezia to Marco. Marco, I'm desperately looking for 2 tickets for Tomorrowland, Belgium, July last weekend. Please. Yeah.
That's funny enough because I have to say that we have one of our agents in industry that I won't mention because otherwise it will unveil too much of our next plan. That actually they manage also Tomorrowland kind of sponsorship and organization. So I was seeking myself for for tickets, but Casey, I think it definitely is something. So yeah, 20th anniversary. I know.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
okay.
You have to ask what you don't receive, right? So I admire that he's trying.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, you know, you never know. We're gonna have raffles also on another one. Maybe someone will be lucky enough to win one ticket. Who knows?
Tell them about the raffle. Is it going on now?
The raffle will be live when we launch the token. The token launch it's scheduled for in the next few months. Let's say in the next few months, because I don't wanna
We will work.
pin a date.
Yeah, we'll work it out. Okay? We want to be very strategic about this. Okay, we want to be very strategic about this. We'll work it out, Marco. I know people keep asking me the questions. When are these tokens coming out? When are these things, guys? Look, you got to be strategic. You got to be smart. Crypto is like you can plan, but suddenly now the market is flat. You don't make moves when the market is flat. What's the point, right?
Yeah.
Looking at this month, May, it doesn't make any sense to do anything in May, right? How's June going to be? Your guess is as good as mine. But what we do is we get ready, right? We get ready, we see how things are going, and once we're ready to go and the market is moving again, volumes are back in the market, then we go. Okay, so there we go. Case's wife said his wife is going to kill him. Okay, I don't know why. Another one from Yui. It's exciting with phygital fashion in the lineup. Yes, I think it is.
Yeah.
You should see some of the sneakers that he showed me. It looks really, really nice, right? I think it's on your in your group that you're sharing in your socials, right, Marco, with your community.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
you guys
And
all
actually, if I may say, we just finished today AMA session with our new partner Templa, and we are releasing a new product with them. Is a snow boot, because we're not only doing sneakers or merchandising, we also do very complex products. And the snow boot is called Underworld, the collection, and has been like a real challenge, because when you talk about Web3, everyone thinks about like line of codes and something that is not, it cannot be touched, and say, okay, how long it would take to build the infrastructure, but you can use AI. It's you don't see the real efforts. But when we talk about 18 months and 9 iteration for making the final prototype of a snow boots, that doesn't have to be only nice, comfortable, but also you have in shoes, you have walkability, wearability, different type of elements, dealing with like 35 different supplier for each component. That's that's something that is it's definitely interesting, especially if you connect this real physical part with a digital activation. So we have this new product that is launching. For now is a private sale only for the loyal customer from Templa, but it will be open soon also for our community.
Looks really good. I love it. Like you have different types of shoes as well. Like you got all the different types of styles you can get. It's amazing. I scroll through like just to have a look now.
Yeah, the sneakers are quite cool and the different styles are quite cool. He's always showed me some really interesting stuff. So next question, let's see what we got here. Oh, from Yui again. Okay, she says, Marco, what do you think? Oh, I like this question, but he can't reveal it.
Yeah, I put
Let's
this
see
one
how let's see how much he can reveal. What do you think will make one really stand out on the show? And that's she's right. You gotta
I think
things, right?
Well, I think the fact that you could physically have that product, you have an advantage maybe because you actually have a physical thing. So here you go. This is it. You can, that's one advantage, right?
Yeah. I think that's a real deal, because it's a physical product. As you Joseph know, maybe I haven't shown you because I didn't have the prototype back then. But we have this fantastic jackets from the Dripla collection that has been done in collaboration with Olmetex. It's a company that works with fashion industry and giants in Italy. And we created this fabric that is thermoreactive. So if you pass ice on the jacket, or if it is a rainy day in a cold day, it will completely turn in a different color. So if we use, I can use some of those geek to show not only the power of the technology and the engagement, but also the creativity that we can put together for a product. And I think this is the booster, I would say, of my presentation to the Knights, because it is something, an additional level of interaction.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, we have something up our sleeves, okay, guys. We can't tell you, no matter how much we want to, but we can't. But we shared it with the producers, and they are kind of excited about the show and tell that we can have. Very visual, very interesting, very interactive. So let's see. I mean, look, it's still early days. We're still planning, but it should be quite exciting. So good question, Yui. All right. So Casey, another question, and he's making fun of. What is your valuation when it comes to the blockchain? That's from the sizzle reel from
That's from
Jay
the
Hal.
sizzle reel.
From the sizzle reel from Jay Hal. What is your valuation when it comes to blockchain?
So you mean the FDV? Are we talking about the FDV?
I guess so. That is the right.
Well, our FTV we have our current round now that is only for KOLs, and is $35 million, and the FTV at our public round will be $50 million.
Okay, all right. And I think they can get all the information on your website, the tokenomics, all is there, right, Marco?
There. For those of you that wants to know more, Another-1.io white paper section. You have all the information on our tokenomics, token utility, partners, investors, and our technology.
I have a question.
Right. Since you raised your hand, Joseph, you can go.
Since I raised my hand, thank you so much. Right. This is my big question for you, Marco. How are you going to scale this?
That's exactly why we wanted to do the pivot to business. B2B is the way to scale it, because there is so much that I can sell to the audience. And if I sell through my launchpad, through my portal, you come from a launchpad yourself. You know how difficult it is to nail good sales one after the other, but there is so much that your audience and your consumer and your members can absorb. But if you do sales of your product through other business, then you have a captive audience. So the equation of our growth sales and user growth is essentially the average number of items per collection times number of clients times what we call CC, customer conversion, meaning how many people that buy the product from those businesses that use our technology will claim the NFT, will connect with their phygital identity. And so far, with the 15,000 items that we produced since November, we had a conversion rate of 60%. That I think is quite successful, because especially because there is not much education on and like some of our let's say activation were mostly POC rather than real events, because we are showing still the potential. So if you think about the scalability, is we can literally do a batch of phygital merchandising of 500 to 1,000 units in 3 weeks, from when we get the mood boards to when we ship and custom clearance the product. You can see the real potential and scalability of this, because it takes probably 4 hours of our operation manager to deal with one batch of these products. So in 1 month we can do probably 50 or 60 of these projects contemporary.
Wow, that is insane. That's interesting. Okay, cool. I saw one question which I thought was interesting. I think we can wrap up with that question. It's from Martin, and he says, "Who are your main competitors?"
Our main competitors. So if we make a phygital grid, I would say the first name that pop up will be definitely Legitimate. That is focusing mostly on the NFC connection. So NFC and NFT mostly for authentication. Collect ID is also, I don't know if they changed the name. Probably recently they changed the name, but the original name Collect ID, they have a strong presence in terms of events, especially sports events. They already work with a couple of minor league sports team, and it's especially the specialty is mostly on the experience. Then we have IYK from it's a US company, big name baking them. They focus also on NFC integration, and I would say the last one is Temera, is a French company working not only with NFC but also with RFID and other technology, also especially for IoT. Temera, it's very focused on quality, and they recently worked with Aura blockchain to provide the NFC chip that were inserted in a couple of collection. I think Todd's bag. There was a Todd's bag that was one of the latest collection using Temera and technology and Aura blockchain. So I would say in the phygital realm, as of today, those are the names that I look out.
Okay, cool. And I'm glad you could answer those questions because sometimes some projects don't even know who the competitors are.
I don't have competitors. I'm the only one. No, I'm the best.
All right, cool. So you know what? I think it's been a solid AMA. I think some really good questions in here. Good practice round, for Marco as he prepares for the show. Lots to prepare, lots to do, lots of planning. He's got his launch coming up, the TG coming up. We will keep everyone posted. Just to wrap up, I just want to let everyone know that you guys know that the NFT sale is going on right now. Okay. What we want to do, everyone, is we have some developments coming out. And this is really for the right stream and Kryptonites community. Okay. Sorry, Marco, for using your time to kind of announce something.
No problem.
We have some big announcements coming up around the. Should I say it? We have some big announcements coming. I'm not going to say what it is yet. Okay, guys, but stay tuned. I think we're getting some stuff ready, and I want to arrange an AMA in about 2 weeks. Okay, just for the right stream community to talk about what we have ahead, what are we planning, okay, and what can you expect? All right, because like I said, right now, all projects are just getting down to work, getting ready because the markets are flat. So it's wise to now prepare for what's happening after that. And I do want you guys to understand what's going on and what's happening, some interesting developments, a little bit about the show, but mostly really around what we're going to do in terms of the right stream ecosystem. Okay. That's about it. Marco, thank you so much for your time. Right.
Thank you for having me here.
Always a pleasure talking to you. And we will continue to coordinate about stuff around the show. And let's see how that goes, huh?
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And let's get phygital.
Cute. All right. Okay. Thanks everyone for your questions. Thanks for your time. And yes, Kezia, is there a spot on the show for a 6'1", well-built, extremely good-looking guy with great dialogue delivery? All right. Okay. You, sir, we can get you on a call. All right. See how it goes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Take care, Marco. again, wish you all the best. Kenny, thanks for setting this up. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And yeah, if you want to stay on up to date with everything, you can go to it's Another-1.io, right? If you want to get to your website.
Yep.
Another-1.io. Correct.
Beautiful. And if you want to stay up to date with us, it's rightstream.io. So thank you, everyone. Wherever you are in the world, hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and we'll see you again very soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.